Fortnite dropped the ball with some updates this season, and I'll prove it. The Fantastic Four was one of the most hyped crossovers of the chapter, especially characters like the Thing. When we were told they were coming to the game, fans saved up their V-Bucks thinking the time was finally here. Well, it's only to log in and find the Thing squished into a chair, making it one of 25 missed opportunities in Fortnite. Another example is the Deadpool crossover, handing us a set of cool references like Headpool, but not the most popular dance of the year. For a game so known at nailing the emotes, they whiffed hard here. Then you realize that a superhero we did get still has wasted potential. Fans immediately pointed this out as the perfect harvesting tool, only to log in and find a rocket on a stick instead. Now there's a huge addition to the season, which is one of the most fun items we've had in years, except the problem is no one can get it. There's only a 5% chance that you'll look up at Loot Island and it'll turn to Doom's Island. So if you even want a chance of seeing this, you need to survive over 15 minutes waiting for the zone and then pray you beat 1 in 20 odds. 90% of players have never seen Doom's new Ultra Armor because of how hard it is to find, but when you get it, you basically turn into Thanos from Chapter 1. It lets you run around with 500 health and shield, both of Doom's original mythics, and some new powers, like his hilarious foot dive and a powerful beam which is really busted. Because the item is so strong, Epic wanted to make it hard to find, except they made it basically impossible. When it comes to Emma Frost, we get to find her on the map during her boss battle, but mid-fight, she'll literally turn to Diamond. It's awesome. Epic went through all the trouble of animating this and making it an exclusive superpower, so would this be her transformation emote? After all, we do have a Diamond edit style, so it'd be perfect. Except for some reason, Epic decided no, even though it's already in game. Now we've had leaks for what's coming next season, and it sounds amazing. Heading back to Chapter 2 after all these years, being able to experience the agency and spies, the flood map training every week. Yet you can't help but feel let down that it's only the first 3 seasons. Chapter 2 went on an insane run after this, giving us bounty hunters, the alien invasion, the Cube Queen, and none of that is coming back. It also gave us the original Marvel season, which had insane features that the current one is totally missing. Remember Quinjets? These would fly onto the map and land at a random spot, offering us supply drones and mythic powers. They really shook up each game and could help you out if you're struggling for loot. Now luckily, they might be giving us something like this with the Iron Man update, which already has a missed opportunity. In the teaser images, you can see the huge Stark pods which will drop on the map, and fans immediately pointed out how this looked like a tease for the Hulkbuster. This has been a collab that players have wanted for years, and they trolled us once before with the Iron Man Zero outfit. We still haven't gotten an actual Hulkbuster crossover, and it seems we're gonna be waiting even longer. But back in August, we were introduced to a surprise Star Wars character, Moff Gideon. As for Star Wars fans, they were equally excited, except something was missing. Moff Gideon is known for his iconic weapon in The Mandalorian, a darksaber. And yet despite having tons of lightsabers in Fortnite, they decided to not make this a reality. It didn't even need to be a pickaxe, it could have been a mythic weapon like all the others. I mean, come on. Speaking of mythics, when we last had a Marvel season, there were unique powers for nearly every Battle Pass character. Whether it was Iron Man's repulsors, Wolverine's claws, or Doom's mystical bomb, these literally shaped the loot pool. But it also included item shop characters like Black Panther and Silver Surfer, who also got their own. Then fast forward to now, where skins like Emma Frost and Mysterio could pull off insane abilities, like cloning themselves during a fight or turning into a diamond to be invincible. Surely eliminating them would give us these powers, right? Well, that's only for them to drop a regular old gun. The same goes for Iron Spider, who was an item shop surprise, and while we got his spider legs as a traversal emote, it could have been so much more. This is the first time Spidey has appeared during a Marvel season, so why didn't Epic bring back the web shooters? We all wanted them back, or maybe they could have turned the Iron Spider's walk into a mobility item. Now that would have been sick. Mysterio's emote is pretty cool, I have to admit, yet if you change your edit style to the red version, it remains green. Players immediately pointed this out as a total missed opportunity, and I gotta say, I agree with them, but it's picky. Just like how Fortnite didn't even bother to change Spawn Island. The last time we had a Marvel season, they went all out, turning it into a floating helicarrier that was identical to the MCU. It even had Easter eggs and teasers for future skins on it. This is already a thing that Epic could just port over to Chapter 5, and yet they kept Spawn Island as the default design, leaving players scratching their heads. The original season also had a popular feature that fans have started to forget about. Back then, you could find booths around the map that would disguise you as a henchman. It would let you get into exclusive chests and be ignored by security, so what's the deal? A lot of players are wondering why this doesn't exist anymore, but personally, I think it would be useless. Doombots don't attack you unless you start the fight, and there's no exclusive loot requiring a scanner, it's free to take. A ton of people returned to the game when they heard a Marvel season was coming back, knowing what kind of outfits they missed out on last time. People have gone years without being able to dress up as the original Tony Stark, or grab a new character like Vision, the Punisher, or even the Winter Soldier. So when they logged in to see that 2 of the slots were taken up by original outfits, it kind of felt like wasted potential. We could have gotten another Marvel character, or the MCU version of Steve Rogers, but instead we got Captain Jonesy. The same goes for the Deadpool and Wolverine collab. I talked about this earlier, and sure they could have gotten the NSYNC emote, but fans also wanted this to actually be a crossover from the movie. It felt more like a quick comic book version to cash in on the hype, instead of giving us Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. Ryan is already in Fortnite, they could have just put his head on Deadpool's body. And you probably forgot about the iconic Chapter 2 cars that were in game for years, especially the semi-truck. No one really drove this around, and it makes sense why they were deleted for Chapter 5, except it also makes no sense at all. Fortnite has totally missed out on adding a 3rd vehicle category alongside sports cars and SUVs, letting us drive custom semi-trucks. They could have sold us custom skins like Optimus Prime or a Coca-Cola truck. I mean, it has to happen, Fortnite. And even though a lot of us don't play the LEGO mode, there's thousands of people who do, and they're totally missing out on the Marvel theme. Epic could have dropped the craziest sets in the store, like Avengers Tower, the Quinjet. In real life, these are the most popular types of LEGO. They didn't even give us abilities like the Star Wars collab. This added lightsabers and blasters to the game, and everyone loved it. You could also build the Mos Eisley Cantina and other classic locations. So when it comes to Marvel, it feels like Epic dropped the ball. At least we got a collab though, unlike the biggest missed opportunity in years. When they revealed a Wasteland season full of scrap cars, we all thought of the same thing. This is just like Mad Max. They even scheduled the season to drop on the exact same day Furiosa released. It couldn't be a coincidence, right? Well, in the biggest disappointment at Chapter 5, we learned no crossover was planned, despite the fact Epic clearly designed a whole season around it. It's just weird. Even if Mad Max didn't work out, they still could have gone down a different route, teaming up with Twisted Metal. Considering the whole point of last season was to have a vehicle battleground, it's the perfect game. It also has power-ups, arenas, and cars with weapons. They even recently had a TV show which people loved, and it would have made for an amazing crossover. Very much like the Fallout jumpsuits. While we got the power armor recently, it felt like the first step of what could have been an insane collab. Instead, all we got afterwards was a Vault Boy back bling that was only in the shop for a couple days. Fans wanted to run around with Vault jumpsuits. I mean, even Call of Duty was able to add these, although that's probably why it didn't come to Fortnite. Now let's not forget about how amazing the music is this season. Fortnite completely went ham on this, giving us insane music packs like Doom's Piano Masterpiece and a song by Gwenpool. Except the fact we didn't get official soundtracks like the Avengers theme is hurting players' souls. Come on, we all want to blast a jam track that goes like... Someone who really should be in the game by now is Sokka from Avatar. When they gave us an entire battle pass and mythics for this collab, you'd expect one of the most loved characters in the show to, arrive. Except Sokka was nowhere to be found, and despite other characters getting the secret outfit slot, appearing in the item shop, and getting their own pass like Aang, fans wanted this to happen so badly. And are we not going to talk about how Fortnite are trolling us with Choppas for like the 900th time? In this season's trailer, you can literally see them, and yet no one trusts it, as we have seen helipads and helicopters for years at this point with nothing happening. In the original Marvel season, Choppas were a thing, but maybe, just maybe, they're saving their long-awaited return for OG Chapter 2. All I'm saying is, I'm not gonna fall for the bait again. Those were Fortnite's biggest missed opportunities. Let me know if you agree or disagree. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.